Hello everyone and welcome to the second stage of the Jersey Tour. Now, just before we go any further, I need to clear up something that happened at the end of the first stage. I made many errors. Things went very wrong. I thought I'd fixed it by resetting a few things, but then looking again afterwards, I realised that there was a big error at the end. Let me show you what happened. Black ruler was a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One away from the finish. So as you can see there, I moved that the black ruler 7 spaces without noticing the hill. So I had to go back again. You can see I've just got the last couple of sections of the track here. Look back at the video and sort of look at all the cards that I chose and the cards that came up and sort of replay out the ending. Now, it didn't actually make a huge difference. It did make a difference, but not a huge difference. That was what I was really worried about. The top 2 places were exactly the same. They just didn't get as far across the finish line as they had on the original. Didn't mean that I took any more exhaustion either, which meant that it was fine because then I still take forward the rounded down 4 exhaustion into the second stage. And you can see that the last few moves are just being played out by watching the video back and just looking at the cards that were chosen and moving things along. So you can see that it didn't make a huge difference, but let's have a look at the rundown. And the difference really was that the blue ruler and the red sprinter switched places. Not a big deal, you might think. Well, actually, it made a bigger impact on the overall scores, because it means that at the end of that first stage, Team Blue and my team, Team Black, both have 10 points, whereas on the original scores at the end of the last video, Team Black had the 10 points, and I think Team Blue had 9. Possibly another couple of teams had 9. Can't quite remember. But that means that things have now been corrected. The full stewards inquiry is complete, and we are ready to go with stage 2. So we're on the second of our 3-stage tour here in Jersey, and today's stage is taking place in the north of the island in an area called St. John. So let's take a look at that course a little bit more clearly. You can see it on the screen there, but this is the makeup of the course, and you can see that it is quite hilly. 4 hilly sections, only a couple of downhills. But towards the end there is that supply zone which goes into 3 lanes, which could prove to be crucial. A little bit of cobblestones on the way as well. I should also have mentioned as well that because of the ending positions of the last stage, it will affect the starting positions here. So basically whoever came first last time, that was me, is in first position, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th positions as you go along. We also have the weather for this stage, which is all done just before the video started. Completely honestly, I had a slight technical hitch. So I did record all of that and then it didn't quite go to plan. So I ended up having to reset things. But all we came out with weather-wise was a headwind very early on, and then a tailwind about halfway through. Didn't get the rain and we didn't get the crosswind either. Okay, well I think after all of that we are just about ready to begin. Let me just show you what I've got in terms of the different teams. As always, I'm playing black. We've got the red muscle team, the green muscle team and the blue peloton team. Weather rules with exhaustion reminders. I carried across 4 exhaustion to add to my starting exhaustion of 3, so 7 to split between the 2 riders. And I've gone with 4 for the sprinter, 3 for the roller. Whether that's a good decision or not, we will find out. Okay, I think we are ready. So let's go to our main view, put on the cards. The exhaustion reminder, the exhaustion counter, should I say, is up in the corner, ready to be added to, hopefully not too much. And let's start with the roller deck. Now, I'm thinking that it will be a sensible decision, perhaps, to go all out with the sprinter because he's so far at the back, and then sort of be a bit more conservative with the roller. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Try and keep them in the pack, trying to avoid the exhaustion. So maybe 4 to get started with here, and maybe a 9 to bring the sprinter up near the start, up to the front. Okay, well, let's begin the second stage of the tour and see what happens. So black ruler was a 4. The green roller, a 3. Peloton team, we're going out early attack. So 2 for the first rider, 9 for the second in a moment. The red sprinter is a 9. Then the Peloton team, 9. The red ruler, 4. We went 9 for the sprinter, which I'm glad about now. And the green sprinter, 5. Okay, so there will be a little bit of slipstreaming. Bring these riders up. And it means no exhaustion, which is great. But on the next round, I need to remember that no exhaustion, but both of my riders are going to be going into this headwind, which will mean we'll just get 3 cards to pick from instead of 4. Okay. And the sprinter is slightly ahead. We're coming up to a hill section here. Sprinter is slightly ahead, so let's start with them. And I think we'll go 5. Maybe 7 here to get there. Or 6. Where would 6 get me to? 1, 2. Let's risk it. Let's go 7. Okay, so we start with red sprinter. Red sprinter is a 5. Just before the hill. Peloton team, 4. Black sprinter, 5. Black ruler, 7. Green ruler, 7. Can't go 7, so loses a movement. The red ruler, 7. Green sprinter, just the 2. And Peloton was a 4. Okay. Ooh. So things are changing a bit here because we can see there's no slipstreaming, too big a gap, but also no exhaustion, which is great. So no exhaustion to add to the total in the corner. So let's go back and start round 3. No exhaustion this round. We've got no weather rules to apply, but we are just coming up to this first uphill section. So let's go ruler first. Now, would 5 clear it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would clear the hill, and it's the maximum we could play, which will leave the sprinter stuck on the hill, but hopefully not picking up any exhaustion. Right, okay, we start with red sprinter. Red sprinter is a 5. Black ruler was a 5. Peloton team, 6. Limited to a 5. The black sprinter was a 4. That's good, no exhaustion there. Green roller was a 6. Limited down to a 5. Red roller was a 4. Gets onto the bottom of the hill. Now then, the Peloton team at the back there was a 6. And the sprinter, green sprinter, is a 4. Okay, so at the very back, we've got no slipstreaming, but there will be a little bit of slipstreaming here just before the hill. Okay, so that means, again, no exhaustion, which is good news. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, no exhaustion there. So nothing to add to our exhaustion reminder in the corner. So let's go into round 4 with no exhaustion to add, no weather rules to apply. Okay, right. So as we're coming around this corner, we have got a tailwind still to come. The next hilly section is not for a long while yet, but we do have the cobbles, which could lose us some movement. So let's start with the roller. Now, he's on a downhill, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would get him around the corner here. 7 is the most I could get. Would get me. It depends what this red one comes out with. I feel like I've got to take advantage of the downhill and save those bigger cards. So we're going to go 5. And we'll go the maximum we can. We'll go 5 for the sprinter to get over that hill and see what happens. So red sprinter. Oh, I was afraid of this. Is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Black roller. What did we go for? 2, which will be at 5. Peloton team 5. And then the black sprinter 5. Green ruler 5. The red ruler 3. Get someone to the downhill. Peloton team is a 5. And the green sprinter, just the 2. Okay, that sort of leaves them a little bit out of the back there. But let's have a look for slipstreaming. Well, if we just check at the back here, clearly no slipstreaming here, but there will be some slipstreaming with this pack. So we've got our red sprinter making a break for it here, closely followed, or fairly closely followed, by this little pack here. And off our screen at the top here, quite a way back, is the green sprinter. So it's going to be exhaustion for the ruler and no exhaustion for the sprinter. And the ruler is just before the tailwind, so I don't need to worry about remembering to click that. Okay, let's start. Sorry, that's not even my rider. The ruler is miles back from the tailwind, so that's no problem. Gosh, so much to think about when doing this. It's so easy to go wrong. Let's have a look and decide. Maybe we'll go sprinter this time. 5. I think it would keep it in the thick of things. And we'll just go as big as we can. 3 for the ruler. Okay, right. So red sprinter 3. Black ruler is a 3. Peloton team is a 3. Black sprinter is a 5. Loses movement because of his teammate ahead of him. The green roller is a 3. Peloton team is a 3. Red ruler is a 3. But it becomes 5 because they were on the downhill. As was that Peloton, actually. So that wouldn't happen. The Peloton would have ended up there. And the red ruler would have ended up there. Oh, I hope that's not the first big mistake of the race. I think that's right. Oh, well, if not, it's controversy. I seem to be abound with that at the moment. And 9 for the green sprinter, which will bring him into shot. Oh, it won't actually because, well, it just does bring him into shot, but doesn't get his 9 because of the hill. So he stops at the top. At least I remembered that. Okay, well, hopefully I've not completely messed up this bit here. Apologies if I have. But there we go. So it's going to be exhaustion for the ruler again. And Nothing for the sprinter, and there'll be no weather things to take account of yet. Okay, let's pick again for the ruler. Now, I was unlucky last time because I chose what I thought was a low card, and then nothing got bigger than that, so it ended still stuck at the front of that pack. So I'm wondering whether the ruler drops back a little bit now with this 2, or the 4 maybe. No, I think we'll stick with the 2, and the sprinter could break out the 9 here, or does it stay? Do we stay with the 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's risk it, shall we? Let's be brave. Okay, right. So the red sprinter is a 3. 3 goes to there. The black ruler was a 2. Peloton team is a 7. Our sprinter was a 9. The green ruler was a 6. The Peloton was a 7. Red ruler was a 6. Oh, that's lucky for us. And the green sprinter was a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brings them around the corner there. Okay, well, would ordinarily say yes, there's slipstreaming, but this rider at the front here is on cobbles, so does not slipstream. So it's exhaustion for the sprinter. So I think that's the first that this sprinter has picked up. Now, need to remember as we go into the next round that the sprinter has a tailwind. So we'll begin round 7. Sprinter has a tailwind, which will mean the extra card. The ruler, though, just 1 square before needing that. Okay, let's see what happens as we go around this corner. So we're coming up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from the hill. So 5 is going to be our maximum. Not sure the extra card might turn out to be useful. So let's go with the sprinter. And although we've got the extra card, is it actually any help? Because we're not going to use that 9. Let's just go with the 3 then. That's the biggest we've got. And the ruler now quite a way back. I think we need to bring out the 7. Okay, right. Let's see how this has affected things. So we start with red sprinter. Red sprinter is a 5. Just before the hill. Black sprinter is a 3. Possible slipstream here, depending what else happens. The Peloton team is a 7. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so it's the same for this rider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, well, we're definitely not going to have to worry about exhaustion there. Green ruler is a 7. Red ruler is a 4. And we went 7, didn't we, with the black ruler? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And not forgetting, way off our screen, right back down here, we have the green sprinter. And the green sprinter is going to go 3. So it leaves them really struggling at the back there. Okay, let's have a look for slipstreaming. So we have got slipstreaming right at the back here. And in a nice little bunch then, no exhaustion to take as we enter this mountain. So we go to round 8, no exhaustion. And who do we start with? Let's go the ruler, the behind the rider. Okay, so 5 is going to be the maximum, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, so we'll go 5 for the ruler and 4 for the sprinter and see how that works out for us. Okay, so red sprinter, first of all, we'll go 5. Gets him up to the top of the hill, but not over the hill. 4 for the peloton team. Black sprinter is also a 4. Green ruler is a 4. Black ruler is a 5. Loses a movement. That's a shame. Red ruler 7. Won't get it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets 5. And our poor friend back here. 4. Still languishing at the back there, but you know, maybe anything can happen. Who knows? So no exhaustion to take there. Probably this is the better view, isn't it? Because the red sprinter is out in front. We're nicely in the pack here. So no exhaustion to take as we go into round 9. But both riders are on a hill, so we're going to be limited to 5. We've got another hill here and another one here. I don't think this bodes well at all for us today, does it? So let's swap over and let's go sprinter first. We'll go 4. Will that get him over the hill? Yeah, it does. But straight into the next one. And, ooh. Okay, well, I think we're going to have to go 6 just to get them over that hill. Otherwise, they're going to be stuck there for 2 goes. So it will be limited down to 5. Okay, so red sprinter 3. Peloton team 5. Then black sprinter 4. Green ruler 5. Black ruler 6. Oh, limited to 5. I actually remembered that time. So it doesn't go quite as far as I thought it was going to. And the red ruler 5. Loses a movement because he's blocked in front. And green sprinter 3. Goodness me, way, way back. Imagine if that was us, we'd have been getting exhaustion every single time. Okay, so the front runners up here, we're nicely in the pack here. There's no slipstreaming to worry about. And we approach the next hill, so there'll be no exhaustion to take, which is good. No exhaustion this round. And my riders are side by side, so let's go with the sprinter first. I thought this might happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will get them to the top of the hill, and that's the maximum they can play. So let's try that. Okay, so we start with Peloton team 5. Then we have the red sprinter. Oh dear, not good for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Peloton was 5, wasn't it? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Green ruler 6, but we'll get 5. Red sprinter, black sprinter even 2. Black ruler 5. Just to the top of the hill. And the red ruler 5. Okay, well, red ruler helps us out a bit there because we will slipstream in behind them. They're on the bottom of the hill, top of the hill for our other rider. So again, that's no exhaustion, which is fantastic, I think. No exhaustion this round. Oh, I didn't move the green sprinter at the back here. Oh no. Green sprinter at the back here. Well, I think in this case here, okay, I'm going to have to, let me find out what the green sprinter got, because I'm sure I would have scrolled past it and I can put it in there. Bear with. Okay, so I've just checked, and the green sprinter, I was going to say, funnily enough, that it would only be fair to give it a 9 because it was my mistake. And actually that was what it had. I don't think it's going to get 9, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it gets to just before the bottom of the hill. Loses a couple of those movements. But hopefully no huge damage done. Oh dear, typical. Well, at least we've corrected it now, and not going to cause loads of issues later on. Right, okay, so let's pick for the ruler first. Let's see, we've got another hill. We're not that far from the finish, but we've got another hill very shortly afterwards. So I feel like, is it a good idea to play a larger card and just take the 5? Because I might be able to benefit from the fact this is a supply zone, which is a minimum of 4. So I think play a 6 and call it a 5. And then the sprinter will just go as big as we can. That will clear the hill. So we might be able to benefit from the supply zone. Okay. Now the peloton team, I think, have only attacked once. So they could well bring that out right at the very end, couldn't they? But at the moment, they're going to try for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is all they get. The red sprinter is a 4. Peloton was a 7. Just gets the 5. Green ruler is a 4. Black ruler is a 6, which will be 5. Then the red ruler, 6, that will be 5. Black sprinter even, 3. And our friend, the green sprinter, is another 9, but we'll only get the 5, sadly, for him. Gets him as well, only to the top of the hill. Okay, let's have a look and see what that's doing to us here. So, no slipstreaming, which is a shame, because it means it's going to take exhaustion for the black sprinter. So I'll add him. His exhaustion, add another exhaustion onto the counter. And let's see what happens next. Just thinking what's going to happen as we go into this hill. So who to go with first? It's okay, they're both on the supply zone, so is this a chance to get rid of some lower cards? Okay, so I could play a 2 here, and it would be worth 4, which gets him onto the hill. 6, which would be a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do, let's try and take advantage of the supply zone with the minimum of 4 and see if that helps us out. Okay, the peloton team want to go 6. They're both going to get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The red sprinter is a 2. Green ruler is a 7. Only gets the 5. Black ruler 2, which is a 4. The red ruler is a 6. Now, hang on. Because if the red sprinter just went 2, they were on the supply zone, so that's a minimum of 4. So they should be there, shouldn't they? 2 more spaces, because there was a 4. So ruler was a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because they lose a movement because of the hill. And we played a 2 with a 4. And what is our friend, the green sprinter, going to do? 5. Which gets him stuck on the top of on the bottom of that next little uphill. Okay. Although it looks like we should have slipstreaming, we're not going to get any. Let's just have a look at the front of the course here. Not going to get any slipstreaming because of the uphill. So it will be another exhaustion for... Oops. Let's try and move the right thing. We've got my sprinter back here. You can see just at the back of this shot with gaps in front of it. So it's going to be exhaustion for the sprinter. Adds another exhaustion to our counter. So we're up to 5. And then this could all be over as we go into the final round. Okay. So let's pick for the sprinter first. And we can just only go as big as we can now. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets it around the corner. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 would get it over the hill. Ooh. Now what to do? I think let's go 4 to get it over the hill. Okay, right. So peloton team 3. Now 3 at the back with this is a little 1 square downhill, so it'd actually be 5. Looking good for the blue team, isn't it? Green ruler 3. Red sprinter 2. Onto that little downhill. Black ruler 4. Red ruler 3. Black sprinter 3. And green sprinter 2. Into the supply zone, minimum 4. Okay, right. Well, things are getting a bit messy, aren't they, now at the end? We didn't see, sorry, the green sprinter just moved into this square at the beginning of the supply zone. Okay. So, unfortunately, that's going to be exhaustion for both riders. So... that puts our exhaustion up to 7. Oh dear. It's going to be similar to last time, I think, unless something amazing happens. This sprinter stuck on this hill here, though. It's not going to be good for them. Let's go into round 14. See what we've got left in the ruler. Oh, now the ruler has got a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which will get him across the line. Oh, the excitement. Lots of 2s for the sprinter. So let's see how this pans out. Peloton team 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Green ruler is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black ruler is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Crosses the line. Red sprinter. Red sprinter is a 2, but it goes up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The red ruler is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just before the finish. Our limping sprinter at the back here, just a 2. And the green sprinter, just off screen, is a 4, though no benefit for there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just coming into view on your screen. Okay, well, that means we can actually make some scoring here. And hopefully I've not made any hideous errors once again. So let's quickly slip over to... So it's going to be... let's go to our scores. And in stage 2 then, it's going to be 8 points for the blue ruler. Puts them in a very strong position now, I think. And it's going to be 7 points for the blue sprinter. and 6 points for our black ruler. Okay, so that's the top 3. So we can take them off the board now. Okay, well, obviously no slipstreaming. Oh, there is slipstreaming here, actually. I say there's no slipstreaming, but there's slipstreaming here and here. It's not looking good for the sprinter. I think we're going to come into a similar position to last time, actually. So that means we need to take exhaustion for the sprinter. And begin round 15. So what have we got for the sprinter? Oh, I see, got this 9, but it's only going to be a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he's just going to limp across. We see he's guaranteed to... it's difficult to do this, isn't it? Because the green rider is going to get stuck on this hill in the next go, because the maximum they can go is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's at least two goes. I'm pretty sure all the greens 9s are out. So we could go 2 here. We are going to take another exhaustion. And then we'd finish. I think we should do that. I think we should go 2 to get onto the downhill. We're going to take 2 more exhaustion, aren't we, whatever happens? Okay, well, maybe 1 more. Because from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they would finish. Okay, all right, so we'll go with that. Pick anything for the ruler because they're finished. And let's see how this finishes off for the red ruler. So 5 for the red ruler. Then for the green ruler, 5. Red sprinter, 4. Then it was 2 for the black sprinter. And the green sprinter, 3. Well, actually gets a 4 because he was on a supply zone. So he's creeping up behind us. So we can add a little bit more data into our finished things. Let's go on to scores again. And so we've got red ruler is going to get 5 points. Where's the red ruler? So 5 points for the red ruler, 4 points for the green. Who's that? Green ruler. 3 points for the red sprinter. And so it's going to be another 2 points, I think, here for the black sprinter. Let's go back to our zoom there. We will take another exhaustion for the black sprinter. So I'll add that to the counter and then add the sprinter exhaustion there. Now, see, I've confidently said that this 9 is going to come up. I've not thought about this, have I? No. See, this is exactly what happened. But that is now going to be a 5 because of the downhill. And, see, not always the clever thing I think I am. So these guys are finished. They can come off. They can come off the board. Just these last 2 riders. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the green sprinter is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to take another exhaustion, which puts our counter up to 10. Oh dear, oh dear. We're going to round 17 and I don't believe it. The 9 doesn't come out again. There's all that extra exhaustion. Oh dear. And there's some surprisingly big cards still around for the ruler, weren't there? So the sprinter almost gets to the finish. The green sprinter is also in a similar position. So he gets a 2. Whoops, he falls over. Everything's going hideously wrong here. So the sprinter takes another exhaustion. Dear, oh dear. And we're going to round 18. There's the 9. I'm going to hit it even though it will make no difference. So we go as far as we possibly can past the finish line. The green sprinter was down to its 2s. Doesn't actually get across the finish line. I did not finish, but we'll get 1 point. And that's how the race ends. So let's put that into the those final little details in. So it was 2 points for the black sprinter and 1 point for the green sprinter, who had a dreadful stage. So what does that mean for the overall standings? Let's take a look. Right, Team Blue in a very strong position now. Look at that, 25 points after 2 stages. And Team Black, though, my team, is 18 points. So I think the win for the overall tour is not looking great. I've got a 5 exhaustion to carry forward into the next round, because we round that down, halved rounded down. So we round down to 10, and then we get 5 exhaustion to carry through to the next stage. And the starting grid for the next stage is going to look like that. So interesting things are occurring. Right, okay, well, thank you so much for watching once again. I hope you will make sure you join us for the final stage of this tour. It's been great fun once again. Hopefully I've not made too many horrendous errors and corrected them as I went along this time. But I'm sure you'll let me know if I've got anything wrong. I hope to see you again in the next video. And remember, until then, don't be bored, be a bored racer. Bye-bye.